I mean, you look at the Biden administration and how they fucking pulled out the troops, all the troops, and then they just left all their equipment and they just left all the American citizens stuck there. I mean, Donald Trump, he would have pulled out the citizens first, took out all the weapons and the equipment, then pulled out the troops. I mean, you're leaving like 40 something thousand Americans in Afghanistan in the hands of terrorists. You're This is probably like the biggest hostage situation in the history of the world. I mean, they're going to demand a lot of money or they're going to demand something from America. We just put ourselves in a position to get fucked. And now you got the weapons, all the sophisticated weapons, all the tanks, all the armory, all the vehicles, all the planes, all the guns, all the big weapons are in the hands of the Taliban. Billions and billions and billions of dollars of weaponry are in the hands of the Taliban. And then they're gonna work with China, man. They're gonna send these weapons to China, to Russia, and the communist Chinese, they're gonna take the model and they're gonna copy the model, and they're gonna use that against us. We're placing ourselves in a position to get fucked. The Biden administration fucked America, man. Like, we're fucking our allies in terms of foreign policies. We are fucking our allies in terms of the stock market, inflation, border crisis, rising crime in America, cost of living rising. I mean, and more and more. And it's only been 7 months, guys. It's only been 7 months. Like, what else can happen? I mean, Americans, we are losing credibility on the world stage. And we're setting, we're giving power to the terrorists. I mean, we're setting ourselves up for like mass expansion of terrorism. I mean, it's going to be a huge threat. A huge threat. And that's a problem, man. And like I was saying, man, it is fucking ridiculous what we are doing right now. What the Biden administration is doing. I mean, if Donald Trump botched Afghanistan like that, they would try to execute him. I mean, they try to impeach him twice for a phone call. And I mean, Joe Biden, he's botching everything. Fucking from COVID-19 to domestic violence to violence inside our country, outside our country. I mean, he's botching everything that he touches. Like, please, just stop. Please, just stop. I mean, I know we spend a lot of money in Afghanistan. And to me, we got to stop spending all that money in Afghanistan. We spent so much, with like trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars. So at the end of the day, we had to pull out. But like, I mean, pull out a certain amount of troops, but don't pull out everybody. I mean, when you pull out to zero, what do you expect to happen? There's gonna be, the rise of terrorists. Our troops were there for a reason. I mean, we haven't had like a combat casualty in Afghanistan for about like 18 months. I mean, it's relatively very safe in Afghanistan in the past, like, 18 months under Trump. We haven't had a casualty in Afghanistan. And I mean, we have troops stationed everywhere. In Korea, in Germany, in Italy, in Japan, you name it. And why is it okay that we could station our troops like all over the place on every single continent, on like over 100 countries? So what's wrong with Afghanistan? I mean, like, pull out some of the troops, but not all the troops. Imagine what would happen if we pull all our troops out of Korea. There's going to be a huge war that's going to happen between North Korea and South Korea. What happens if we pull all our troops out of the South China Sea? China's going to go crazy. That's why we need to have troops all over the place to keep world peace. They say, this century has been the most peaceful century in human history. You know why? Because there's a country called the United States of America, the greatest country on the face of the planet, the most powerful country on the face of the planet that's policing all the other countries, so they keep them in check. It's not that the Taliban just disappeared. They've always been there, but they're just waiting for that moment for America to slip up. And that's what we did. We fucked up. And it's fucking sad, bro. We fucked up big time, man. Man. We fucked up big time. And, the American people are going to pay for that. Shit.